Yo, what's up guys? I pray that you're all doing well. My name is JoKa and today we have a special video. We're finally doing the Q&A video, guys. I know I promised this a long time ago, but we're finally doing it. So here we are. Before we dive into the questions, guys, I want to give a big shout out to everyone that's been supporting me. The support doesn't go unnoticed. Shout outs to everyone. It really does mean a lot to me, honestly. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube yet, please subscribe. I have a lot of plans going forward. Also, guys, remember to hype my videos. You can only do this on mobile. Hyping videos helps push me into the algorithm, and that does support me a lot. Of course, follow me on Twitch where I do regular streams. Follow me on TikTok where I post exclusive content and funny edits which I don't post on any other platform. And yeah, let's keep growing. Guys, thank you again for all the support, and let's get straight into it. Boom! So you guys asked a lot of questions, and I really want to thank you guys for these questions because some of them are really funny. But without further ado, let's go. Now the first question I want to answer is because I get asked this question by so many people, even in person, on the internet and everything. Why is my name JoKa? So my name is JoKa because I'm a big fan of the Dark Knight trilogy, and back in school days I was a Clash Clan. I used to mess around a lot, so people started calling me JoKa. I mean, the thing is, right, something I need to mention is the reason why I didn't go for JoKa is because I'm from Birmingham, right? So the way we pronounce stuff is we don't pronounce words that end with ER as like water, we say water, and like JoKa, we say JoKa. And JoKa looks cooler as well, you know, it's short. It looks better than JoKa. I feel like JoKa is so generic. Next question, you're so handsome, bro, how are you? Thank you very much. I try my best. But I'm good. I can't complain. I'm doing well mentally, physically. How are you doing? Am I secretly Zeke Yeager? Maybe. Which anime are you watching right now? I'm currently watching Bleach, but I've been slacking, I'm not gonna lie. For me, it takes me a long time to sit down and just like binge animes. I don't know why. For me, it's easier to just binge through TV shows. But yeah, right now I'm watching Bleach. I recently finished Freerun. That was good. But yeah, right now, Bleach. If you were to have any animal as a pet, which animal would I keep? I think definitely a cat. A cat or like a tiger or something, you know, a tiger or like a leopard. That'd be cool, but in the UK, I don't think that's possible. What's your favorite insult about yourself that you've seen on social media? One that actually made you laugh? I think choker is a funny one, I'm not gonna lie. Especially when I've choked in tournaments and people have called me choker, that makes me laugh. I mean, it never fails to make me laugh, and it's just funny, you know. What got you into Tekken as well as the characters such as Heihachi and Feng? So I used to play Tekken when I was younger with my brothers and cousins. I played a lot of Tekken 5, played Tekken 5 also on the PSP, and then eventually I played Tag 2, and then I played Tekken 7. Tekken 7 is when I first started learning Tekken in Season 2, and it was just a lot of fun, you know. And before that, if you guys don't know, I did used to play Call of Duty competitively, but the reason why I switched to Tekken is because I hated losing because of my teammates. Now with Tekken, you only lose because of yourself, you know. So that's why I switched to Tekken and started playing it more seriously. And I had a lot of fun playing Tekken as well, so I thought, you know, maybe if I put more time into Tekken, I could, you know, maybe do something with it. And that's exactly what happened. I've always played like Heihachi and Feng because I feel like their design stood out to me. I think Heihachi is just so cool, man, honestly. Heihachi is one of the coolest characters in the game. And so is Feng, you know, Feng's moves look cool, he sounds cool. And that's why I played those characters and why I still play those characters to this day. So who are you maining for Evo? So the characters I currently have and the characters I'm currently considering in playing in tournaments is Heihachi, Clive, and Feng. I still want to play Feng in some matchups because I feel like Feng's really good against characters like Yoshimitsu. I feel like he's good against Lily, he's good against Mishimas. So I'm still keeping Feng there, you know. It's just that I won't play him as much, and that's something I did mention in my why I'm dropping Feng video. But yeah, I will focus on those characters. I think I've put in a lot of time in those characters, so I think those are the characters I want to play right now. What do you eat during tournament day when there's a long break? Should a pro be mindful what to eat to maintain focus, or is it whatever? I think it's really important, but again, everyone's different. I don't really eat too much on tournament days. I just usually have like breakfast with eggs, and then I just drink a lot of water. I used to drink a lot of Red Bull, but not so much anymore. I think, again, everyone's different, so everyone's body's going to react different, you know, and whatnot. But yeah, I like to snack during tournament days with like peanuts and, you know, stuff like that. I think that helps a lot. Protein bars as well are really good. But yeah, I think it's important to maintain focus, and of course, big tournaments are all about like endurance and stuff. So you got to be careful on how you reserve your energy and whatnot. So yeah, I think it is really important. Have you ever destroyed a controller because of Tekken? I never have. I don't think I've raged that much playing Tekken. But yeah, I don't think I have ever destroyed a controller because of Tekken. My question is that did you originally want to become an esports player from the start or had different plans? I actually had different plans, believe it or not. When I finished my bachelor's degree, this was during the pandemic, when the pandemic happened. I did want to do my master's, but I thought to myself, I can't do my master's because I'm a type of person that prefers to study in class, you know, and everything back then was changed to, you know, studying from home and whatnot. And of course, the whole courses changed and you have to take like online tests and it's more coursework based. I actually prefer exams, believe it or not. But yeah, originally I wanted to just start my career in cybersecurity, but I didn't. So I thought to myself, let me put some time into Tekken. And I did that in the pandemic. I was putting in a lot of hours, training, practicing, entering online tournaments. And that's when eventually I decided on becoming a pro. And that just leads me on to the next question, which is, at what point in life did you decide that you wanted to go pro? What was the thought process and inspiration? Was it for money or for passion? Or was it out of curiosity? And did you ever think about how big of an inspiration you are right now to some young and old people out there who want to consider going pro? Man, that means a lot, honestly. Sometimes I refuse to believe I'm an inspiration to people, you know, but it's just amazing meeting so many people and just speaking to them when I'm at events, and people always say to me, you've inspired me and whatnot. And it's just something I'll never get over. But anyways, back to the question. I think I decided to go pro when I was doing well in online tournaments. I started beating a lot of the top Europeans back at the time. And that's when I thought to myself, maybe, you know, when the pandemic calms down, I'll try and travel to offline tournaments. And I did that. And I think my first event, which was CT, Celtic Throwdown in Ireland, I got 9th, but I beat Sefi Black, who was arguably the best back in Europe at that time. And then my second event I went to, I was Poland, and I beat Super Akuma, I beat Kira Kira, and I lost to Y, and I came second in that tournament, which was also super stacked, you know. But yeah, I think then I was like, you know what, maybe if I put more time into it, maybe if I started learning matchups, I'd become better, you know. And that's what I did. I started learning matchups, just going to more tournaments, and it was mainly for passion for me. It was never about the money, honestly. For me, I've always wanted to compete, do my best, and just try and put on a performance and be entertaining for people, you know. Yeah, I guess you could say it was out of curiosity as well, because I always thought to myself, you know, if I was to go to tournaments, how would I do? Because back then as well, when I was in uni, I had friends that traveled like Gosain and Chicken Maru, and whenever they travel, they do well. And I always said to them, like, I'm eventually going to start traveling with you guys. And they were like, yeah, cool, we'd love that, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, it's just crazy how life works, you know. Here we are today, and, you know, I'm known in the Tekken scene. And it's something I'll always be grateful for. Honestly, the journey has been amazing, and I'm still excited for the future. I'm still very hungry to compete. And I do want to help other people as well, help the people that support me, help the community in general, and just do my best with whatever I have, you know. I think it's important because a lot of people want to compete, but I feel like people don't know where to start, and I think that's something I want to do a video on separately. Yeah, I get asked that question a lot, like, how did you start off? What did you do? How did you get sponsored? And that's definitely something I'll be covering in the future. Do you have plans to get married, start a family, and progress with your career? You mentioned you have a degree in cybersecurity. Have you considered when you pursue? See, to be honest, I don't know yet. Honestly, I have no clue. Like, I'm more of a person that's more, wherever life takes me, it takes me, you know. And I feel like timing's everything. And I've always been a firm believer that whatever's written is written. Of course, I have a backup plan. I feel like that's something everyone should have if they want to go into esports or content creation or something. I think studies is super important, guys. That's something you shouldn't neglect. So please listen to your parents when they say study, because they only want the best for you, honestly. And I'm glad that's something I did, you know. But honestly, no idea. Maybe next year. It is 2025 right now, so maybe 2026 is maybe the year I plan on getting some experience in my field. I think it might just be time. But yeah, I love esports. I love content creation, streaming and whatnot. But I want to try and be able to balance both. I know it's going to be hard, but it's something I want to try and do. Yeah, I think that'd be very interesting, and I think I'd enjoy doing both, in my opinion. I think I could do it, but let's see what happens, I guess. Will you please do content that shows us real you, not your Tekken side, but you as a human being? Maybe talk about your faith. Show us a bit about your beautiful neighbor Small Heat, a day in the life of JoKa. Do vlogs. I would like to see more of that in the future. That's something I do plan on doing. I want to show people like where I live, where I'm from. You know, I talk about Small Heat a lot. A lot of people don't know about Small Heat. It's my area where I live. It's where Peaky Blinders was based. But yeah, I think eventually I do plan on doing more content like that, more IRL content. Even when I travel, I think I want to do more IRL content like outside of Tekken and stuff. It's always something I've wanted to do because I feel like a lot of people don't really get to see the real personality and the real JoKa. Especially like when I'm streaming, people do get to see that a lot. But I feel like on YouTube, people don't get to see that a lot. But I guess now that I'm streaming on YouTube and TikTok, people do kind of get to see that. But yeah, I definitely do plan on doing that, for sure. Stay tuned, and of course, subscribe to me. Friendly life coaching advice for your early to mid-20s fan base. Do what you enjoy, but make sure you have a backup plan. That's something I spoke about before. I think it's really important to study, have savings. Please, guys, save your money. It's cool buying, I don't know, the latest iPhone. Fuck iPhones anyway. The latest Samsungs and whatnot. But I think it's important to save your money, you know, help your family out wherever you can. Listen to your parents, get advice from your parents because they're gonna know what's best for you. You know, they're gonna really help you and give you advice that isn't fake. They're just gonna tell you how it is, basically. You know, and I think that's really important in this day and age. But I'd say work hard. Hard work always pays off. Be humble. And treat others how you'd like to be treated. I think that's super important, you know. You always have to treat others how you'd like to be treated. Don't be a douchebag. Be kind, help people out, be respectful. And yeah, I guess you can literally do anything with your life if you follow those etiquettes, I'd say. But yeah, guys, I think having a backup plan is super important. Don't put all your eggs in one basket is basically what I'm trying to say. Would you say that you missed the Tekken 7 days? Many people seem to be less into Tekken for a long time now with Tekken 8, and I was wondering how you feel. Of course, I missed Tekken 7 days. Tekken 7 days is where I made a name for myself, and I have so many amazing memories from Tekken 7, from traveling, from tournaments, and so on, you know. But I do miss Tekken 7, but we need to get with the times, you know. The past is the past, and we can't dwell on it. We need to keep with the times. But yeah, I do miss Tekken 7 days, believe it or not. What character in any video game felt like the most like your main? It has to be Heihachi. I don't know why. I just feel like I feel so comfortable on Heihachi whenever I play him. It's like the rhythm is there. It's just everything's just so fluid. I don't know how to explain it, honestly. I think Heihachi's always been the character for me. Yeah, I think that's my main. You often say that Heihachi is too hard for you to consider in competition. What about his kit makes him difficult in a tournament setting? Execution, is he's missing what you'd consider key tools? What change would make you consider playing him? The thing is, I want to play Heihachi more, but it's a me problem, you know? I lack the confidence. But recently I've been playing a lot of Heihachi and I've started to gain that confidence I need to play him in tournaments. I think believing in your characters is super important, especially in this Tekken. I think the main thing is like execution. You have to put in more effort as Mishimas when playing them in tournaments, and it just goes back to why would you play Mishimas when you can play so many other characters, you know? But yeah, I do want to play Heihachi more. I think also like tournaments being side to side is something that really puts me off because I feel like it's hard to play Mishimas side by side. I think head to head is way easier and it's way more comfortable for me. But I do want to try Heihachi more in future tournaments, and I want to see how that goes. How does one improve when they feel like they hit a plateau? Can you give some advice? I think it's important to take breaks. I think that's one of the most important things. I think always be grateful and remember that like small progress is better than no progress, you know? And remember that you have to trust the process. I think it's really important to have a positive and healthy mindset. I think that's one of the most important things if you're trying to improve in a game like Tekken, which is so difficult. It has a lot of depth to it. So you really have to take your time with it. Try and have fun. Enjoy the process. I think taking breaks, watching Tekken is super important, not just playing Tekken. You can learn a lot from watching other people play. I think that's important. And I think changing your perspective on things sometimes is important. Not always looking at things from the same angle. Sometimes you gotta think outside of the box. That's gonna help you a lot as well. So yeah, I think that's the advice I'd give for when you feel like you hit a plateau. I think that's what helped me in my journey so far. Yeah. What kind of mindset have you found to be the most helpful or effective in achieving success in your professional Tekken career? I think believing in my reads and not having regrets whenever you play. I think that's super important. You should always play like you don't have any regrets. So you should always believe in your reads, be confident, and believe in your decision making. That's what's gonna help you, you know. Yeah, I think that's the main advice I'd give to people. Yeah. What is your favorite memory from your competitive journey in Tekken? Man, I have so many. Honestly, I have so many. Maybe visiting DRX's studio back when I went to Korea in 2023 or 2022. Like visiting Korea for the first time, just hanging out with me and Arslan Ash was there and everyone else. I think that was a super cool experience for me. And of course, Bars Gortner as well will always be in my heart and in my mind, you know. I mean, winning Bars Gortner and just being welcomed and just being treated with great hospitality from all the Pakistani community is always something I hold dear to my heart, and it's always something I'd be grateful for. So yeah, I think those are the best memories of my competitive journey so far. I had to mention two because those two really stand out for me. You mentioned in the past tournament that you will begin to coach younger generations. When will we see a new fan prodigy rise? I don't know, honestly. I legit don't know. I've been coaching. Guys, if you don't know, I coach on Metafy. I'll drop the link here or the pop-up where you can check me out on Metafy, where I do help my students. I genuinely want my students to improve. But yeah, I'm not sure when we'll see a new prodigy rise. I feel like there's a lot of good players right now in Europe that are doing well, so it's always good to see people coming up and, you know, trying to improve. I think that's super cool because I know I was there at one point and I'm still trying to improve, you know. So yeah, I don't know. I guess with time we'll see. But I don't have like someone I'm completely focused on coaching or like helping them improve. I haven't found that person yet. So let's see. Did you have professional dreams at any of the fighting games before you came to Tekken? Not really, not any of the fighting game. Like I mentioned before, only Call of Duty. I haven't really played any of the fighting games like that. I used to play Bloody Roar, I used to play Mortal Kombat when I was younger. Never really played Street Fighter. I wasn't really into like 2D games, and I'm still not into 2D games. But in the future, I do want to play and try out games like Virtua Fighter. I think that appeals to me. Maybe Marvel Tokon as well, that looks really cool. So let's see. I wanted to ask if you are ever going to host a Brum Tekken tournament or ever think of making one. I'm actually working on something, but not for Birmingham, it's for the whole of the UK. Of course, if you guys don't know, I did host a Crew Cup with Chop, which is a 3v3 team tournament in London, Red Bull Gaming Sphere. Shout out to those guys. And that was a great and fun time, you know. That's something I want to do more, maybe host more tournaments and exhibitions. I am working on something right now, and hopefully that all goes well and you'll be hearing about that soon. Do you have any goals for future except Tekken? Yeah, I have goals, you know. I want to help my family and provide for them. I want to help people, of course, and make good memories and have a good time with friends. I think that's super important, like enjoying life, because life's short. I think a lot of people take that for granted. People think we have time, but we actually don't, because time flies. So I really like to enjoy the moment and not be too serious, you know. I don't like to take life too seriously. I try and do my best, be there for my family, friends, and whatnot. But yeah, those are my main goals right now. And of course, I have goals for my career and whatnot. And yeah. When do you think you're going to retire from Pro Tekken? Honestly, no idea, because I feel like even after all these years and after everything I've accomplished, I'm still hungry to compete. I'm still motivated. So I don't know, maybe I'll never retire. Maybe I'll be 40, 50 years old and I'll still be competing. Who knows? After you retire from FGC, how do you want people to remember you? That's a very personal question. Honestly, I don't know. I just hope people remember me as someone that tried to help the community. You know, someone that put on a show whenever he was on stream, whenever he played. I think that's the main image or reputation I want people to remember me for, you know. And of course, I mentioned about coaching the newer generation, so I also want people to remember me for that as well, helping people whenever I could, and you know, just using some of my platform and trying to help people and be a positive influence. I think that's important, especially with social media nowadays. There's just so much negativity, so I try and, you know, help people think positive and try and motivate people. I think that's super important, and that's something that's not spoken about as much. I feel like it's so easy to thrive off of negativity, but yeah, I think I want to help people in any way, you know, whether it's physically, mentally, whether it's through tweets, through interactions in person, through gaming, anything. Like, I just want to do my best and help people wherever I can. But that is all from me, guys. I really do appreciate all the questions you asked. I picked out the interesting questions and I tried to fit them all in this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, thank you so much for the support. It really doesn't go unnoticed and I really do appreciate it. Guys, please like, comment and subscribe this video. Make sure you subscribe, guys. I know some of you guys haven't been subscribing. Make sure you subscribe and hype this video up as well. Guys, I do have a lot of content planned for the near future, so please look out for it. If there's any questions you might have in the comment section, please drop them. I might respond to them as well. And yeah, please keep supporting me and make sure you follow all the socials. As you can see, it's listed down here. I don't know how to do it, but you get what I mean. But yeah, guys, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy. God bless.